Viewers cry. What's behind Jungkook and Jimin's military performance? Tears broke out among the ranks of soldiers. Two uniformed men appeared in the middle of the field, not for war exercises, but to perform a song that made hearts ache, friends. What exactly happened? Why did this moment become an unforgettable emotional highlight? The simple stage at the South Korean military base unexpectedly became the witness to one of the most moving performances of the two global stars, Jimin and Jungkook, BTS's careers. Behind the hard training and disciplined military life, the two appeared before their comrades to sing a song that held their history and emotional wounds, and made many viewers unable to hold back their tears, not without reason. Their performance was not just entertainment or a way to pass the time. This is a statement. A silent expression that explodes in tone and harmony. When the first notes of the song Friends were heard, the atmosphere changed drastically. The soldiers who were used to strict instructions and military rhythms suddenly froze. In the middle of the open field, Jimin and Jungkook's voices broke through the boundaries of protocol and touched the core of humanity that is rarely seen in military uniforms. Why is this performance so heartbreaking? The song Friends, which was first released on the album Map of the Soul, 7, is not just the result of musical collaboration. It is a memoir of two friends who grew up together from their trainee days to becoming global icons. It contains nostalgia, loyalty, even wounds and sacrifices. Watching the song re-performed in a military context, a place where individuals are trained to suppress emotions, is a heartbreaking surprise. That's why many couldn't help it. Tears fell uncontrollably. However, emotions don't just come from the song. The audience saw something deeper. Two big world stars who were willing to give up the comfort of the international stage to carry out their obligations as citizens. They performed without magnificent lighting, without thousands of fans in the stadium, without makeup or complicated choreography. That is precisely the strength of the performance, authenticity. When we sang that song, I felt like I was back to the beginning, a time when everything was uncertain, Jimin said in an interview after the show. Jungkook added, "We wanted to show that true friendship doesn't change, even when our world changes completely." Their statements added a layer of emotion to the already meaningful performance. Social media exploded. Excerpts from the show went viral in just hours, with the hashtags #JiminJungkook military performance and #FriendsInUniform dominating global trending topics. The fans, known as ARMY, praised their maturity, courage, and sincerity. Many claimed to be inspired, even making the moment a reminder to remain loyal to friends and identity, even if the world requires drastic changes. Not only fans, many soldiers who attended the show also admitted to being touched. "I never thought I would cry at a military base because of a song. But it happened," said a soldier in an interview with local media. The song is not only about them, but also about all of us who are trying to survive and remain human in the midst of a harsh routine. This performance opens up a broad discussion about the importance of emotional support in the military environment. Usually, assertiveness and resilience are the main values. However, the presence of Jimin and Jungkook brought a new narrative, that vulnerability is not a weakness, but a strength that can unite. They remind us that behind military toughness, there are still longing hearts, living friendships, and binding memories. From the perspective of the music industry, this moment shows that art has extraordinary flexibility. Even in the most unusual contexts, such as military bases, music can be an irreplaceable emotional bridge. This is proof that artists, when given space, are able to adapt without losing their essence. More than that, Jimin and Jungkook sent a symbolic message to the younger generation, that carrying out state responsibilities is not an obstacle to expressing themselves. They are not just soldiers. They are artists, friends, and whole human beings who continue to share their stories, without a magnificent stage, but with touching honesty. The domino effect of the performance began to be felt. ARMY from all over the world launched charitable projects and social campaigns as a form of moral support. Several non-profit organizations even reported a surge in donations with special dedication to supporting young veterans. This proves that one sincere moment can move the masses globally. The show also became a space for reflection for many people. Not only about Jimin and Jungkook's friendship, but also about how we interpret relationships, commitments, and sacrifices in everyday life. In an increasingly fast and competitive world, this moment provides a pause. A space to breathe and feel that we are all, in essence, just ordinary humans who need real connections. Now, as they continue their military service, that moment becomes a kind of moral compass. An affirmation that they never really stop being an inspiration, even when far from the international stage. Fans around the world are waiting for the day when they return, bringing new experiences, maturity, and, perhaps, works that are deeper than ever before. The performance was not just a song. It is a reminder that behind the glittering spotlight of the entertainment world, there are two young men who still hold old values: loyalty, sacrifice, and love for friends. That's what made the audience cry. That's what makes this moment eternal. Viewers cry. What's behind Jungkook and Jimin's military performance? Continued, but now the question is, did all this really happen? Or are we being led into an emotional narrative that is too perfect to be true? After the explosion of emotions and praise flooded social media, it's time for us to stop for a moment and ask, have we just witnessed a sincere moment that truly describes the closeness of two friends in the midst of military obligations? Or is this just a narrative stage shaped to touch the hearts of the audience? The global reaction to Jimin and Jungkook's performance was extraordinary. However, when this information comes from various short video clips on TikTok, 30-second YouTube snippets, and Twitter posts filled with emotional captions and dramatic filters, can we still claim that this is a complete representation of the actual event? Are we witnessing the truth? Or just pieces of a narrative curated to evoke emotions? In an era where popularity can be created from algorithms, and stories can be sewn to generate maximum reaction, we should ask, is this event a coincidental moment that then went viral, or is it part of a neatly designed media strategy? Let's examine. To date, there has been no official broadcast from the South Korean military explicitly confirming that the performance was part of the official military schedule. The videos circulating mostly come from third-party sources, are unconfirmed, and often repeated without mentioning specific dates or locations. Isn't this a gap that should make us doubt? Some pieces of information mention that the song Friends was performed at an internal military event, but who recorded it? Why did the video leak to the public when most military activities are kept very confidential? Is this a violation of procedure, or a planned diversion of public opinion? Not a few also say that this is a form of indirect promotion from agencies or parties who want to maintain BTS's existence during their military hiatus. We have to be honest, the entertainment world is